Okay, back for day three. Can't even talk. So, let's have a conversation. I'm sure everyone has seen what has happened in Tennessee and what happened in Louisiana and really what's just happening all across the United States of America. What's going on with these redistricting? I need you guys to understand something. This will end violently, but you should be happy, okay? This is going to end very violently, and I couldn't be happier. Let me explain why. Have we already made it past that 30-second mark? Perfect. Okay, so let's talk about it. The reason why I'm happy that this is going to end violently is because now we can do what we should have done years ago, what we should have done post the immediate end of the Civil War. We were supposed to violently eradicate anyone who ever sympathized with the Confederacy. We were supposed to maim them. They were supposed to be in the streets hanging. They were supposed to have their heads on sticks. They were supposed to be flayed, boiled. They were supposed to be made examples of, not put back into positions of government, not allowed to come back home and act like they didn't literally just decide it's fine for me to just literally try to unalive my brother because I want to own this person. No, we should not have done that. We should have 100% ended those people, and it should have always been the case. The reason why that didn't happen is because a lot of those people got they got special sentiment from a whole lot of other people, because when it comes to capitalism runs on racism. It always has. That's why I'm so happy that it's ending. But you need to prepare yourself. Alright? You need to be prepared. You need to make sure that you're fit. Make sure that you're happy. Make sure that you're healthy. Make sure that you're doing things to take care of your mind, take care of your body, take care of your spirit, your soul. Do all of these things. Do whatever you need to, because it is absolutely necessary for the coming times ahead. We are living in days of revolution. True revolution. I just saw a young man go toe-to-toe, face-to-face with an absolute Klansman inside of a congressional hearing. The fact that even needed to happen should really it should be cause for not panic, but alarm. It means that things are finally coming to a head. We're going to have to address the real problems. Which brings me to what I was talking about earlier this week. I had a video that I did maybe like a few days ago, where I was talking about how white people tend to vote based on basically their whiteness. They vote in favor of their whiteness over anything else, and it is why capitalism has been able to continue for as long as it has, because outside of that, there's nothing to actually tie capitalism to any of us. It is a failing system. It is a system that makes sure that everyone stays poor and the 1% continues to climb more and more financial peaks. That is what it does. It is something that keeps everyone destitute, makes people worse off every single day that it exists. And so for me, I am always going to be much further left than a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people online who probably would consider themselves to be more liberal. They consider themselves to believe that the system works. Are you seeing what's happening right now? To all the system works people, are you seeing what's happening right now? Does the system work? Where are the checks and balances to make sure that Donald Trump isn't able to do whatever it is he wants to do to the American people? Where are the checks and balances to make sure that he can't run up $6 billion based on your tax dollars? Where are the checks and balances to make sure that he can't change laws to make sure that black people do not have an actual vote? Where are the checks and balances to ensure that we can't actually throw ourselves into needless, unnecessary wars at the behest of multiple madmen? Where are the checks and balances inside of that system? They don't exist. They don't exist in that system because this system isn't for you. You understand? This system, capitalism, as it exists, it is not for you. It was never for you. If you are someone who aspires to be a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever, it's not for you. If you've magically found yourself able to make a whole lot of money, it wasn't magic. It was because you utilized a part of the system that absolutely made sure you had to trample on someone else. It was nepotism. It was racism. It was classism. It was all of these things every single time. I promise you, this is just the reality. We are living in the last few days of this. Everybody wants to talk about like the last days of the Bible. That shit's not real. That shit's not real. Okay? Alright? You're over here on my page. I need you to understand. I am not going to ever give you nonsense. I'm not going to give you bull. I'm going to give you the actual truth. And the truth is, now is not the time to cower. Now is not the time to panic. Now is not the time to clutch your pearls. Now is the time to rebuild yourself, to strengthen yourself, arm yourself with knowledge and possibly some other things, and fight. That is what right now is. This moment is the moment to truly recognize what the system you have been a part of for so long actually is. Sit back, grab yourself a cigar, and observe it. Truly observe it. Make sure that you really actually internalize this is how these people actually feel. They will put whiteness over anything else. They will. They will value that whiteness because of capitalism, because they believe that that thing is going to somehow give them some form of protection. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't give you protection from these things. It doesn't. Because best believe, when they're done with whatever it is they want to try to do to all black and brown people, you know who's next? You, Sherlock. You. You are who is next. Katie, Kathy, Bradley, Tom, you, all of you. You're who is there. You're going to be who is next. You're not going to get some specialized position inside of the hierarchy. It's never going to be that. It wasn't that initially. It wasn't. They were using you. They've always used you. They've used you and your fear of being eradicated, even though it was never a thing, as a means to continue the system that feeds them and keeps you starving, keeps you wanting for more, never allows you to actually relax, have peace, have any kind of harmony. They want you afraid of me. They want you afraid of your black and brown neighbors. They want you afraid of your gay neighbors. They want you all of that. It keeps them in power just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. But you know what? The days where that matters, they're coming to an end. They are coming to an end. You guys don't understand the way that this is right now. This will not be allowed to continue. It won't. They'll continue to do what they'll try to do. For sure. But eventually, this will come to a head. And this will become the greatest revolution the world's ever seen. And I know you'll be there for it. I'll be there for. We will all be there for. We will all be there to watch and say, hey, I was there when the system fell and those at the top cowered for their lives. I was there. These are just thoughts, you know? These are just thoughts. These are just things that they sit somewhere in my mind. I told you guys before on TikTok, I never panic, right? I would never panic. For what? Doesn't even make sense to. But to plan, to organize, that makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world. Grown man, by the way. You know, sometimes it makes things much more interesting when you can just really sit back and just observe. Just observe. Really pay attention and see what it is that's actually happening around you. Really witness it. And really take into account what a lot of these things truly actually mean, you know? What are the implications of a lot of it? I know that the implications of it are that we are at the precipice of such an insane 180. And many people don't know what's coming. They don't. But this is the South's last hurrah. The racist last hurrah. The bigots last hurrah. Understand this. And have peace in that fact. Like I said, grown man, by the way. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.